What up, YouTube? T-Moose here. Since it is the first week of first week of November, here are the TVs that like TV shows and stuff that are premiering on streaming this whole month. There's some interesting stuff that is premiering in the month of November. So with that being said, here are what's coming this month. Premiering tonight on Monday, November 2nd, is The Return of the Good Doctor. Now, of course, I really quite like The Good Doctor. I think it's a pretty solid, medical show. Freddie Highmore playing the role of Sean Murphy is terrific. This time around, this season looks like they are going to be tackling the, COVID-19 pandemic. Curious to see how they're going to tackle that one. It looks like a really interesting season. So, I'm looking forward to check out the new season of Good Doctor. So glad that it's returned, because it obviously was supposed to premiere, normally it would have premiered in September, but I guess because of the pandemic, ended up getting delayed its production, so it had to get moved to moved to a later time. So hopefully the wait will be worth it. Alright, premiering, of course, there's the election. That's not really a show, I'm just saying. Alright, premiering Thursday, November 5th, on Netflix is a film titled Operation Christmas Drop, which stars Kat Graham as well as Alexander Ludwig. Here's what the film is about. A congressional aide, Erica, played by Graham, foregoes family Christmas to travel at her boss's behest at a beach house Air Force base. She clashes with Captain Andrew Jens, played by Ludwig, who knows her assignment is finding reasons to defund the faculty. This doesn't look too good. I mean, it looks like those those Hallmark-based Christmas films I just say. So, I mean, there's actually some Christmas stuff that Netflix and mostly Netflix. There's a lot of Christmas stuff premiering on Netflix. You're gonna see lots of pretty much lots of Christmas films and shows that are premiering this month. All right, coming to HBO Max that day, we got this new series titled 2 Weeks to Live, which stars Game of Thrones star Maisie Williams. And it's about a woman who sets out on a mission to honor her father who died under mysterious circumstances when she was a young girl. So this is pretty much like a murder series. It is nice to see Maisie Williams, returning to the HBO scene, since Game of Thrones ended. The show actually premiered in the UK on this Sky Network, so there's that. So I'll give this one a watch. Also premiering that day, there's season 3 of Sundance TV's Bavaria, which I've never really seen. On CBS, there's a season 4 of Young Sheldon returning. There's the new season of Mom, which is not going to have Anna Faris this time, so it looks like Anna Faris is not going to be on the show anymore. And also there's a new sitcom titled Be Positive, which is of course from Chuck Lorre, and it's about a man who is in need of a kidney, and the organ donor he meets by chance develop an unlikely bond. It stars Thomas Middleditch, best known for Silicon Valley fame. It also stars Annalise Ashford, who was just seen on that HBO film Bad Education. This actually looks pretty funny. The chemistry between Middleditch and Ashford looks pretty decent. I'm kind of interested to check this one out. There's also NCIS New Orleans is returning. On Showtime, there's a series titled Moonbase, which stars Fred Armisen, Tim Heidecker, and John C. Reilly. And it's a comedy series about 3 astronauts trying to qualify for their first lunar mission. They encounter obstacles along the way, including loneliness, self-doubt, and incompetence. This actually looks pretty interesting. I mean, lots of space-based shows this month. Early this year, there was that show Avenue 5. Then, of course, Steve Carell had that Space Force series, and now this. I mean, lots of space series to look forward to, I guess. Monday, November 9th, there's a HBO series titled Industry about young bankers and traders make their way in the financial world in the aftermath of the 2008 collapse. Looks pretty interesting. It kind of feels like stuff like The Big Short as well as Silicon Valley. Could be interesting. On Tuesday, November 10th, on Hulu, there's a series titled A Teacher, which explores the complications and consequences of the predatory relationship between Claire Wilson, a young teacher at a suburban Texas high school, and her student, Eric Walker. It stars Kate Mara, who plays the teacher, while Nick Robinson from Love, Simon fame plays the student. It is actually based on a feature film that got released back in the 2010s. This actually looks pretty decent. I mean, Kate Mara, who does not want to have a film with Kate Mara? Kate Mara is just always awesome. Nick Robinson is a pretty cool actor, so I'm interested to check this one out. Coming to Netflix, there's a series titled Dash and Lily about World War I when holiday romance builds as a cynical Dash and optimistic Lily trades their dreams and desires in the notebook. They pass back and forth at locations all across New York City. Now, this actually looks pretty decent. I mean, this is another Christmas series that is premiering in November. It stars the girl girl who was seeing that movie Good Boys last year. It also stars the Austin Abrams, who was of course seen on Euphoria. He's been in some other stuff as well. This actually looks like a pretty decent, cute and charming series to watch. Wednesday, November 11th, there's a animated World War II film. World War II series, I might say, titled The Liberator. Now, here's what this is about. On July 10, 1943, a unit from Oklahoma composed of Native Americans, Mexican Americans, and Dust Bowl cowboys, most of whom couldn't drink together in the same bars back home, landed in Skilly and endured a brutal 500-day trek through Nazi-occupied Europe. This is the story of those men, a group of soldiers known as the Thunderbirds. Now, the animation this looks cool. I mean, it's similar animation to let's say what was that Richard Linklater film? I forgot the name. Richard Linklater did pretty popular with these. Waking Life. It kind of reminds me of the same animation from Waking Life. From A Scanner Darkly. I kind of miss these animations they got. I mean, the animation looks so realistic, looks cool, so I'm kind of interested to check this series out. Alright. Also, coming on Wednesday, November 11th, there's Chicago Fire PD and Meds. So for all you Chicago fans, good news, they're returning. SWAT is coming back for season 4 on CBS. Thursday, November 12th, there's season 17 of Grey's Anatomy, which obviously is going to tackle the epidemic. There's also Station 19, season 4 returning to ABC. On CBS, there's the return of The Unicorn, starring Walker Goggins. Season 6 of E's Tobellas. Friday, November 13th, there's Hulu's film I Am Greta, which of course is a documentary about activist Greta Thunberg. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Coming to Netflix, there's The Life Ahead, which stars legendary actress Sophia Loren as an aging Holocaust survivor forges a bond with a young immigrant from Senegal who recently robbed her. Okay, sounds interesting. I mean, Sophia Loren, she's royalty. I believe she's in her 90s now, or either in her 90s or 80s. I can't remember how old she is now. But she's been in the entertainment business since the 40s, 50s. I mean, she is one legend right there. So it's always nice to see legends from that era still still acting today and all. So it's nice that she haven't fully retired yet. Alright. Also premiered that day on IMDb TV, there's Alex Rider, which is based on the Apocalypse book series. On Disney Plus, there's the documentary titled Inside Pixar. On Netflix, there's Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Journey, which stars Forrest Whitaker, Keegan-Michael Key, Annika Noni Rose. And it's about a toy maker and his granddaughter construct a magical invention, which if they can get to work in time for the holidays, could change their lives forever. Looks pretty interesting. I mean, it is a musical Christmas film. I mean, it is that time of year to watch some interesting Christmas stuff, so it'll be interesting. Coming to NBC, there's season 8 of The Blacklist. Sunday, November 15th, there's The Crown season 4, which is supposed to have Gillian Anderson as Margaret Thatcher. Could be interesting. I'm not really big with The Crown, to be honest with you. There's so many people who loves The Crown. I can really get into it, to be honest with you. Alright, November 15th, there's the Showtime limited series, The Reagans, which of course is a docu-series about famed President Ronald Reagan, as well as his wife and of course Nancy Reagan. Alright, also premiering on Sunday, November 15th, there's People's Choice Awards. Curious to see who's going to win that. There. Monday, November 16th, there's season 3 of The Neighborhood, which stars Cedric the Entertainer and Max Greenfield. Also premiering on CBS, there's Bob Hoss at Passoa, which stars the guy from Mike and Molly. Season 5 of Bull with Michael Weathery. Season 2 of HBO's His Dark Materials will be returning. Tuesday, November 17th, there's The Boss Baby Back in Business, Season 4. There's the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special premiering on Disney Plus. There's NCIS Season 18 returning to CBS. For all you FBI fans, there's FBI and FBI Most Wanted returning that day. Also premiering on November 17th, there's Big Sky, which is this new series from David E. Kelley, the creator of Big Little Lies. And it presents a series about private detectives Casey Durrell and Cody Holt, who joined forces with Cody's estranged wife and ex-cop Jenny Holt to search for two sisters who have been kidnapped by a truck driver on a remote highway in Montana. When they discover that these are not the only girls who have disappeared in the area, they must race against the clock to stop the killer before another woman is taken. It is based on a book by C.J. Box and stars the likes of Viking star Catherine Winnick, Pitch star Kali Bunbury, and Ryan Phillippe, but of course was seen on ABC's Secret Lies a couple years back. This actually looks pretty intriguing. I mean, I'm always a sucker for murder mystery series, and it's nice to see Ryan Phillippe back in a TV gig. Could be pretty cool. I mean, David E. Kelley is pretty cool with the TV genre. Alright. Wednesday, November 18th, there's season 2 of For Life, which is, of course, the series that's produced by 50 Cent. Thursday, November 19th, there's The Princess Switch, Switch Again, where Duchess Margaret unexpectedly inherits the throne to Montenario and hits a rough patch with Kevin. It's up to her double, Stacy, to save the day before a new lookalike.
1516.
It starts where a new lookalike party girl Fiona follows their plan. It is, of course, led by Vanessa Hudgens, who of course plays double characters in this. I just saw the first Princess Switch. Wasn't too fan of it. I mean, it feels like those Hallmark-based films you'll mostly watch, but Alright, coming to Shudder that day, there's A Leap of Faith, William Friedkin on The Exorcist, which is a documentary about The Exorcist, which is obviously one of the most iconic horror movies of the 70s. Also premiering at that day, there's season 4 of MTV's Jersey Shore Family Vacation. On ABC, there's season 3 of A Million Little Things. I mean, after that cliffhanger, I'm really interested to see how they're going to resolve that cliffhanger. Friday, November 20th is probably the big one, is the return of Animaniacs, returning to Hulu after the 90s. I mean, The Animaniacs is obviously one of the most iconic anime series of the 90s. We're seeing Pinky and the Brain back. We're going to be seeing Wacko, Yakko, and Dot returning. I mean, Steven Spielberg is back as a producer. Who did not love the original Animaniacs? Of course, they still got the original classic theme song to it. I mean, Animaniacs is such an iconic anime show, and cannot wait to see where they're going to take the reboot at. Alright, coming to Disney Plus, there's Marvel 616, which is a anthology documentary series that explores the historical, culture, and social impacts of the Marvel comic universe and its intersection with the world. That looks really cool. Disney Plus, of course I just subscribed to Disney Plus not so long ago. I'm always a sucker for documentaries about this. Who just does not love the Marvel universe? So, curious, check this one out. Alright, coming to Amazon, there's Small Axes, which is based on the real life experiences of London's West Indian community and set between 1969 to 82. It is a anthology, sort of like that Welcome to Blumhouse thing that they had, where they're gonna release each film, weekly and all. Some of these looks pretty cool. I mean, some of them has John Boyega, Letitia Wright, from Black Panther fame. They look pretty intriguing, so I'll give those a watch. Coming to Hulu, there's a film titled Run, which is about a homeschool teenager who begins to suspect that her mother is keeping a dark secret from her. This is led by Sarah Paulson, newcomer Kiara Allen. Looks really cool. I mean, it has a bit of a Misery and Carrie vibe to it. I mean, it's not based on a Stephen King novel, but still, it looks really creepy. I mean, you got Sarah Paulson once again playing a nutcase. Of course, she recently just played Nurse Ratched on that Ratched series. This looks interesting, so cannot wait to check this one out. Saturday, November 21st, there's an HBO special titled Between the World and Me, which is based on the New York Times best-selling book. Sorry. And of course, first published in 2015, Between the World and Me was written by a Larry who coats a teenage son and recounts the author's experiences growing up in Baltimore inner city and his growing fear of daily violence against the black community. This has a really interesting cast. You got the likes of Mahershala Ali, Angela Bassett, Angela Davis, Tip T.I. Harris, Jarrell Jerome, Yaha Shahid, MJ Rodriguez, Courtney B. Vance, Susan Kiachi Watson, Oprah Winfrey, Felicia Rashad. I mean, of course, with everything that's been going on this year, this is definitely a perfect time to release a film like this. It sounds really intriguing. I never really read the book or anything, but it could be pretty cool. I mean, it is based on the 2018 adaptation and staging of the book at the Apollo Theater, so it will also combine elements of the Apollo production, including powerful readings from Coates' book. And also, I'm kind of interested to check this one out. Sunday, November 22nd, there's the John Belushi documentary, Belushi. John Belushi, honestly, one of the most iconic, comedy legends of the 70s. Of course, he's best known for SNL fame, Blue Brothers, Animal House. John Belushi is the man, so can we check this one out? Premiering on Netflix is Dolly Parton's Christmas on the Square, which is about a woman plans to sell a small town without regard for other people who lives there. It stars the likes of Dolly Parton and features new music by Dolly Parton. You also got Christine Baranski, Jennifer Lewis is in this. You got Treat Williams is in this. It does feel a bit like a Hallmark film, but it looks really cool. I mean, Dolly Parton is pretty popular with some of these movies nowadays. Of course, she had Cosmeric Colors. I mean, who just does not love Dolly Parton? She is a country music legend, country music icon. So anything Dolly Parton is, I'll definitely watch. Monday, November 23rd, for all you Shawn Mendes fans, there's Shawn Mendes in Wonder. Coming to FX, there's Black Narcissus, which is when the young nuns of Saint Fate attempt to establish a mission at a remote cliff-top palace. Its haunting mysteries awaken forbidden desires that seem destined to repeat a terrible tragedy. It stars the actress from I forgot her name. The girl who was in Murder Mystery. I adore her too. Okay, all right. The girl from Tomorrow Drew. What's her name? Okay. I know this is unprofessional, but I cannot believe I forgot this girl's name. She was a former Bond girl, too. Oh, Gemma Arterton. Why did I freeze up on Gemma Arterton's name? Anywho, this actually looks pretty interesting. It also stars late HBO Game of Thrones actress Diana Rigg in one of her final TV gigs. Looks pretty cool. I mean, who does not love a good nun series? I'll give this one a watch. On Tuesday, November 24th, there's the new Netflix film titled Hillbilly Elegy, which stars the likes of Amy Adams, Glenn Close. This movie has Oscars written all over it. Like, it's directed by Ron Howard. It is based on a book, so there's that. Looks really amazing. Wednesday, November 25th, there's The Christmas Chronicle 2, another Christmas film to look forward to on Netflix, where teenager Kate Pierce is reunited with Santa Claus when a troublemaker dreads to cancel Christmas forever. Now, this, of course, stars Kurt Russell with his wife, Goldie Hawn. Of course, Kurt Russell reprises his role as Santa Claus, with Goldie Hawn playing Mrs. Claus. It's directed by Home Alone director Christopher Columbus, so he has Christmas blood in him. This looks really good. I quite like the first Christmas Chronicles, so cannot wait to check out the sequel. Also coming to Amazon on the 25th, there's Uncle Frank, which is accompanied by his teenage niece, a gay literate professor, reluctantly returns home to attend his father's funeral. Now, this stars Paul Bettany as well as it stars Sophia Lillis. It premiered at Sundance with some pretty good reviews, so interesting to check this one out. Alright, also coming to November 25th, there's SEAL Team Season 4. On Hulu, there's a film titled Happiest Season about a young woman with a plan to propose to her girlfriend while at her family's annual holiday party, discovers that her partner hasn't yet come out to her parents. Now, this stars Kristen Stewart as well as Mackenzie Davis. You also got Aubrey Plaza, Alison Brie. It is another Christmas holiday film, so lots of Christmas stuff to look forward to this year. Alright, coming to Peacock is probably my anticipated show out of the bunch, and that is Saved by the Bell, where California Governor Zach Morris gets into hot water for closing too many schools in low-income areas. He suggests relocating those students to the highest performing schools in the state, including Bayside High School, which of course he attended in the original. You got Elizabeth Berkley, Mario Lopez are returning. I mean, Jesse Slater, all the original cast members are back with some new additions. The original Saved by the Bell is obviously one of the most iconic TV shows of the 80s and 90s. Cannot wait to see where they're going to take the reboot at. It looks really good, so can't wait to check out. Can't wait to see the return of of these iconic characters. On Thursday, November 26th, there's HBO Max's new limited series, The Flight Attendant, which stars Kaley Cuoco. And it's about a flight attendant who wakes up in a Dubai hotel room with a dead man, but with no memory of what happened. This looks pretty interesting. I mean, Kaley Cuoco, it is nice to see her doing stuff else, like since Big Bang Theory ended. So look forward to check that one out. Coming to Netflix, there's Mossad, about an Iraqi journalist who joins an army of uneasy allies in the battle to liberate the city of Mosul from the Islamic State. This is from the same producers this is produced by the Russo brothers. Of course, the guys who gave us the Avengers films or Avengers Endgame, Infinity War, and of course the last two Captain America movies. I mean, it's pretty cool to see them do stuff since finishing off Endgame. But some of their producing credits have not really worked. But they had a pretty good relationship with Netflix thanks to that recent movie they did with Chris Hemsworth, Extraction. So hopefully this could work too. Alright, coming to HBO Max, there's a film titled Super Intelligent, which stars Melissa McCarthy, and in it, McCarthy's character life spirals out of control when she's selected to observe by the world's first artificial intelligence. Now, James Corden actually voices the artificial intelligence. It is directed by Melissa McCarthy's husband, Ben Falcone, who, of course, those two have worked together plenty of times with movies like Tammy, The Boss, Life at the Party. This is another film they're working together on. They also got like a Netflix film titled Thunder Force coming out as well. I mean, I think they actually work pretty well together. I mean, I do quite like Melissa McCarthy's comedies. I know that lots of people are not fond of them, but I get a kick out of them. I'm sorry. And this has a bit of a Knight Rider feel to it because it's a artificial intelligent car. So I'm getting a bit of a Knight Rider feel to this one. So I'm interested to check this one out. Alright, Friday, November 27th, there's season 2 of Virgin River, which I never even seen the first season. Last but not least, on Disney Plus, there's Black Beauty. It is based on a book, and it's about a wild horse and a teenage girl who forge a unbreakable bond, which keeps them connected for a lifetime. Now, of course, this stars Mackenzie Foy as well as Kate Winslet. This sounds really interesting. I mean, Black Beauty has been adapted plenty of times. Of course, most notably, one with Sean Bean. There's also other interesting ones. Black Beauty, I'm always interested in checking out a new horse-based movie. Because who does not love movies about horses, whether you talk about Seabiscuit, or any of those other horse movies you remember from like the 30s, 40s, and all. This looks really intriguing. And, last but not least, coming to HBO Max, there's a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air special, so looking forward to check that one out. Lots of interesting stuff to look forward to this month. I mean, some of the ones I'm looking forward to check out is, of course, Hillbilly Elegy, new seasons of The Good Doctor, looking forward for the Animaniacs, Saved by the Bell. Some really interesting stuff to keep your eye out for. Anyway, let me leave you guys. Which of these, are you interested in checking out? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Simu signing off.